just realized that I hadn't been doing that for the last couple of videos, so it's back. Anyway, hey guys, it's Earth Day, and if you all did not know, it is also the 50th anniversary of Earth Day. I think that's pretty lit. And so, in order to do something a little bit more environmental for Earth Day, I'm going to be going through a couple of different ways that you can be sustainable while being in quarantine or isolation, whichever one you want to call it. I was originally going to also do one of these for how to be sustainable in college, and then college ended. I'm not going to act like this is the end-all be-all because obviously we're not going to be able to create huge amounts of change that need to be seen in the environment. That's going to more so be on government and big businesses, as seen in this epidemic where literally CO2 emissions are dropping because of so little travel and fewer modes of transportation going out. And it's also affecting the oil market, but we're not here to talk about that. And I also know that you've definitely seen the memes about how nature is returning to normal. Those memes may be blowing things out of proportion just a little bit, but what they're saying is kind of true. And if we do our part to be sustainable, then hopefully that'll create a bigger movement so that we'll get people to convince big businesses and government that this is a thing that they need to do. However, why you should do it now is because, I mean, you're not really doing anything else. So the little bit of extra effort that it'll take for you to be sustainable now will help you continue that habit later, right? Right. First thing I want to say, because I've been seeing different pictures and stuff, and I know that this is also country dependent or whatever, but if y'all are wearing masks, throw them away properly. I feel like I shouldn't have to say that. That should not be the first thing on here. But then again, you shouldn't have to tell people not to litter either, but here we are. So that was not my number one, but it is now my number one. Don't throw trash on the side of the road, especially not trash that you're supposed to be using to protect yourself from disease, which means that it may or may not have disease in it, which means that you are then also still spreading it. This is not proper isolation protocol, people. Make sure that you're still recycling. I know that in a lot of places there aren't actually already recycling bins, and my neighborhood is one of them. But what I'm doing is actually today, I was supposed to do that yesterday, but I'm gonna go ahead and order a recycling bin because I've been recycling literally since I've been in college, and so whenever I come home, it's really annoying that we're throwing away all of these things that could be recycled. And so I'm not exactly sure if they're still recycling here, because I know that at least at my old apartment complex, they had stopped recycling for at least 2 weeks just because of everything that was going on since people have to sort through it. But check and see if your neighborhood or your municipality is still recycling. And if so, I would encourage you to get a recycling bin if you're not already required to. But talking to you. Another thing, if you're bored, as you will be during isolation, do not go online shopping. And I'm saying this to be sustainable in more than one way. Look out for your wallet. Please, don't hurt her. She has done nothing to you. However, it is also good because then not only are you having fewer people come up to your house, you're also creating less waste by not having all those packages and also having people fly and drive it to wherever it needs to be. That's not helping with those CO2 emissions. But obviously people still need to order things, and you're probably gonna want to anyway just because it's gonna make you feel better. And I'm actually gonna do a video about how to work with your mental health while in isolation because I've been dealing with that a lot. That'll be coming later. But yeah, so if you do need to order something, order in bulk. And I don't just mean bulk as in buying large sizes of things. I also mean if you're doing an Amazon shipment, order everything together and then have it all delivered on the same day so that it can come in as few boxes as possible. Because not only are you, reducing the amount of boxes that are used, you're also reducing the amount of trips that need to be taken to deliver all of your things, like I was saying earlier. Okay? Okay. Now, what you can do is start a garden, or even just help out a plant. This is not my plant, but isn't she cute? Yeah. But there are actually so many plants in my house now. I don't even know where most of them came from. Beside the point. But if you all want to do something productive and do something fun, start a garden. A lot of people really enjoy gardening. My mother never had a green thumb, so I never really got into it. However, I've been doing a gardening series for one of my internships, and my ex was super into anything dealing with plants. And so, just, it's a fun thing to do. Obviously, it's a little slow, but it requires maintenance and tending to every day. So it gives you something to do. And then also, if you decide to grow like vegetables or fruits, then you'll also have something to eat in case the world ends. We love planning for the future. Yes. Okay. So now that you have your little garden all situated, all cute and stuff, especially if you have a vegetable garden, start making some more vegetarian meals. And you can do this even if you didn't have your garden. I just thought it was a cute transition, even though I did this one before. It's fine. But anyway, doing more vegetarian meals reduces your meat consumption, and meat is a huge producer of methane. It also has a huge impact on land use and water usage. There are a lot of different things that environmental aspects of eating meat. In addition to the fact that animals are cute, and I'm not a vegetarian because, one, because I like meat, two, because I am severely anemic and I can barely keep up my iron while eating meat, so we don't need to see me without it, but it will help reduce your carbon footprint, and it also has a lot of there are also a lot of really cool recipes that you can do with just vegetarian options. And I'm not talking about like just eating fries and other junk food. No, I'm talking about like actual vegetables. Like, I'm super excited because we're going to be making Southwestern veggie quesadillas later on this week because one of my vegetarian friends posted it on her story and they looked so good. So I decided that we're going to copy it. The boys may or may not request that meat is added to it, but we're going to try and prevent that. But I would say at least one vegetarian meal a week. At least, like meatless Mondays. Just keep it up. We already did it in school. Why not now? God, it's fine. I'm a little hyper. Okay, I can't count. Anyway, the next one. If you are working inside, open the blinds. Don't turn on your lights, although I have on my lights right now just so I can have better lighting for this, but as soon as I'm done, they're going off. And that is so that, one, you can use the beautiful natural light that the sun is already providing us, and also because then you're not going to be using as much electricity, which lowers your power bill, and it also reduces the amount of emissions that are needed to produce that electricity for you. We love a double whammy. But yeah, and then also just another thing, go outside maybe, do some of your work that maybe you don't need to have like a computer, which obviously is gonna have the blur screen, but if you can, do some of your work outside. It'll not only make you feel better, but again, you're not using the electricity on the inside. Why can't I am hyper and I can't speak today. It's a mess. Okay, another one which has to deal with energy savings, again, is adjusting your thermometer. So making sure your thermometer, what are the, hold up. I forgot what these numbers are.
One moment for ADHD brain.
If you are running your AC, as you most likely are, it's a good idea to set it between 68 and 70 if you're heating, and around 74, 75 if you're cooling, just because obviously those are two different settings, and so if you cool down to 70, you're gonna be freezing. Just a warning. However, another good thing is if you have screens in your windows, because if you don't, please don't do this because your house will be full of flies and mosquitoes and I don't want that for you. But you can also open up a window, and then you will be double using that sunlight and also getting in just a nice fresh breeze. And also it doesn't feel half bad out right now since it's spring. So I'd recommend another one. This is my last one, and it is actually one of my pet peeves right now because my family has been doing it and I'm trying to get them to stop. But you all are at home and I know that doing the dishes is a lot of work, but don't use disposable plates and knives and forks and cups and stuff unless you're like reusing them, which you can't with paper plates anyway. It's just like you're producing more waste and you're already at home. Just wash the dishes. Literally just wash the dishes. And apparently with Energy Star, having at least, what was it? At least like 8 items in the dishwasher made it more sustainable than like washing by hand. So there's even that. But I'm gonna look that up. Hold on, let's look that up first. Because you can't just be believing everything that you see. Like, we don't have time for that. Okay, Energy Star. Energy Star. Dishwasher. There we can, yes. Guys, I can't, that says dishwater. Okay, okay. So, according to this website, CNET, which has a lot of other interesting things if you want to check them out. According to them and Alina Bradford, they say that cleaning in a sink can use up to 27 gallons per load, whereas using an Energy Star certified dishwasher can use as little as 3 gallons per load, and they actually have it linked to something. Okay, cool. Yeah, and then it is also backed by the NRDC. So if y'all don't know who they are, they're like
Pause. I'm going to stop myself there real quick. The NRDC is the Natural Resources Defense Council, and they are an environmental advocacy NGO. And carry on.
Sorry it took so long. I didn't want to give you all false information. But if you all want to go ahead and use your dishwasher, do that. But if you decide that you really need to use a disposable cup or plate, at least use paper ones that can actually decompose, because styrofoam, it's not. Even though it holds like liquids and stuff better, it doesn't decompose, and you also can't put it in the microwave, so it's not helping you anyway. But that is all that I have for you all today. If you all have any tips that I missed or any tips that I've mentioned that you disagree with, go ahead and let me know in the comments below, because I'm open to feedback and criticism. Try me. But anyway, guys, I hope that you enjoy the rest of your Earth Day. I am going to finish... Oh my God! That's what I forgot. Guys, so Earth Day is going digital. And because it's going digital, that means that they're having tons of different events online. I'm going to put some links down below, and also so that you all can see where I got this information from, some links down below so that you can tune into any of the different activities you want. They actually already started doing some activities earlier this week. I think they started like on Sunday. So check those out and yeah, enjoy. But for now, I'm gonna go spend some time with my brother, and I hope that you all have a great rest of your day. Bye!